Day 21, building the Smart Woodshop. Right off the bat here, I'm adjusting the Craig Foreman. I had it a little bit off. I'm not sure what happened, but I noticed that when I was putting together my cabinets, the joint wasn't quite as strong as I'm used to. So made the joint adjustment, confirmed it, and then was able to move forward to build the vault drawers. Now with the drawers, unlike the cabinet boxes, I use glue for everything. They're going to be used, pulled in and out, bounced around, and even hauled into the job as toolboxes. So glue is going to do the yeoman's work and hold these together. Doing a lot of pocket screwing or screws in general, I really have grown to like that magnet that I got from Fast Cap. It's kind of a curved shaped magnet, and you can put it on any drill, and I have one on just about all of my drills. Here I'm just going to make a quick mark, and then with my new battery operated FSK saw from Festool, my cross cutting, you'll see it through the whole building of this Smart Woodshop, how much use that saw got. So when I'm putting this bottom on, what I'm doing here is getting a few staples to tack it together, the ones that are important to make sure that everything is lined up and flushed up, and then I can go around and put the rest of the staples in and not worry about it. Rounding over all the edges, making it smooth before I put it into the Smart Woodshop and see how it's going to work. Now the two other vault drawers, these are going to ride in the dados. So a little bit more complicated to build, not bad, but I'll be making dados in the bases. Basically for alignment and putting some glue in and making them just a little bit stronger. So the bottoms of both of these drawers are exactly the same, so I'll get those cut, and then again with the FSK I'll just use them to cross cut. I can make one mark, and this thing makes perfect 90s. At least that's what I've adjusted for. I'm really liking battery saws. It's nice. Using the bags and not using the vacuum system has been great as well. Have the, Emily's crosscut jig, which I've shown a lot before, just set up. I'm able to put it on there and make the cuts. And so once I have one set up, I could make a lot of these very quickly. So I'm getting the drawer box put together here again with the pocket screws. And then I'm going to take the base, which has already been cut, both of them, and I am going to make the dados. And they're not real critical. It's critical where they are in from the edge, and I want them pretty close to being tight. They don't have to be super tight, but as far as how wide it is, and so I have to set up my blade. And then how far in they go obviously is critical only because the box is already made. And so adjusting it would be, a little bit difficult. So I'm going to do my test cut here, check everything out, make sure that the dado isn't too tight or loose. And I got it right here, so I was able to move right on. Now the first thing I want to do here is just put a piece of, I've got a little L that I showed before when I was doing some other dados. And that is just to hold the plywood down so that I know I get the depth of cut that I want. This is pretty shallow. It isn't really critical, just as long as it's uniform. It's a little over a 1/16. And now I'm going to cut the dado on the ends of the drawer, and they're not set in. So I have to put a sub fence on, and then also the hold down, and then just run it through to get that, flush. It's not even really a dado, it's a rabbet, since it's open on one end. Again, with the glue and all of the dados and the rabbets, I realized here I was going to start gluing, and then I wanted to, I'm going to be nailing from the back side, so I want to get the nails to fall right into the center of the 18 millimeter plywood. So here I'm just making marks, or actually recording my dimensions. And then I'm going to make the marks on the back side, the side that I'm going to be stapling from. And then I'll take my level as a straight edge and make lines on both sides so that, again, when I'm stapling this down, I'm not going to get off. You just get off a little bit and you're going to have shiners, and I don't want those. So now then I'll glue this edge rather than gluing the dado. And it is a tight fit. It's an exact perfect fit. And so using a mallet to tap it down and make sure it's good and tight. And then again, I'm taking the stapler and getting a few staples in, just getting it all lined up. And then I can just go around and follow the lines and blast out the rest of the staples very quickly, making sure I do tap them down so that the sides are seated well in the dados and the rabbets. And slip it into its location and make sure everything is working. You know, everything is custom here, even though it's been designed and it should all work. You know, instead of building 2 drawers, 10 drawers, how many ever drawers, and then finding out they don't work for some reason, I get the test fit there. And now I can go on and build the last of the vault drawers. Now, you'll notice that I did not pre-assemble the box or the sides and the front and back. I had a difficult time with the last one, getting it to fit. So I decided that all the pieces were cut and would fit in well, so I just glue them and then use clamps to suck them down nice and tight. And then flip it up and take my stapler and then just go right down the line and put in all of my staples. And not have to worry about it. Is it seated? You know, I know it is because the clamps have done that. And now the other thing is just custom making the front and the back, even though they're exactly the same. You know, I can, you know, cut them and then cut the pocket screws in. And using the Craig pocket hole clamp, as you've seen me use in many other videos, it really makes the pocket joinery a lot easier. It holds the things together real tight so that I can get the screws in the right location. You can see that magnet there that holds the screws. That really does help with production. And again here I can see right where the staple needs to go. Push it down nice and tight. Didn't use the clamps on the front and the back. And then the test fit the final one and make sure that all 3 drawers work together. Of course, I haven't cut the handles out, so I've got the 4 big drawers made now, the long drawer and then the 3 vault drawers. And I put some screws in just so that I could pull the drawers in and out until I get a chance to take the jig and do the cutouts for the handles. That's it for today. If you enjoy following along, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Most important, share the video with others. And if you want to support the channel, you can use my Ron's Amazon store link, which is in the video description down below. You'll find the tools and materials that I show you here. I curate them, so the only tools you'll find in my store are the ones that you see me use. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.